We back on the live stream, baby. Let's go. Turn it up with some whiskey, Myers. Get some whiskey in your cup. Hold them up, drink them down. Welcome back to your Lake Fork Guide. Ooh, little spillage. We get a little loose right there on a Thursday night, folks at home. He's not wrong, folks. He's not wrong. He's actually a personal friend of mine, and he might be kind of talking about your boy in that opening line right there. That's why I love that song so much. Let me tell you guys what we got going on tonight. We got a huge giveaway of my personal tackle stash. You guys are going to help me load boxes tonight. I'm going to load some boxes for giveaways. The deal is, when I show you guys what we're doing, we're going to take like these style boxes. I got a whole stack of them sitting over here. We're going to take boxes like this. I've got tackle just strewed out everywhere. Look over here. Don't pay no attention to them water guns, them Nerf guns. But I got baits and stuff just laying around everywhere in here. And we're just going to start grabbing stuff, making different types of boxes. We're going to make some soft plastic boxes, winter hard bait boxes, all around cranking boxes. I mean, we're going to put some money in these boxes right here. Most of it's going to be 6-inch fishing and smash tech baits, as you guys know with me. But we're going to put a ton of money in these boxes. Then what we're going to do, box all those up. You guys are going to help me do that tonight while we're live. We're going to take those to our free seminar. You got to come. If you want to win these giveaways, you got to come to Lake Fork Marina tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Last time we did this, there was also a rod and reel combo that got given away at this deal as well. So it's still working to try and put that together, see if we can pull that off again or not. We very well might. Heath Taylor's going to be there. Court Huggins going to be there. Cody Mays is going to be there. David Oziel is going to be there. We're going to have a ton of people there, man. We're going to have a ton of guest speakers that you guys can ask questions to about fishing. More importantly, we're going to spread some Christmas cheer. It's our big Christmas seminar that we got going on tomorrow night. So please do, if you're in the area, please do come out to Lake Fork Marina and join us, because we're going to be giving away a ton of stuff that I'm literally pulling out of my personal stash. Like we did this last year, and I'm pretty sure that was the biggest giveaway from somebody's personal tackle stash that hadn't been donated by like a bait sponsor or something. We're going to do the same thing again this year. We like to do things big around here. Listen, we were the first one to document 100 pounds of bass in one day. We were the first ones to document 200 pounds of largemouth in one day. And we were the first ones to get the biggest personal stash tackle giveaway. We're going to do it again. That's how we like to do things, man. We like to, even though we're not the biggest channel, we don't have the biggest audience, I firmly believe we have the best. I want to do everything I can to give back to you guys. In our Christmas seminars, this will be the third or fourth Christmas seminar that we've done now annually, where we do these huge giveaways like this. So really, really proud to be able to do that and be a part of it. Thank all you guys for doing what you do to make that possible. That being said, as you guys get in here, let's continue to make that possible, baby. Let's bring some unity to the community, man. Let's live that dream. Hit that thumbs up for me if you guys don't mind. Drop me a comment so that I'll know who I'm talking to. And please, 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 by all means, share this post. If you guys can share it, go ahead and do that. We're about to get into loading up giveaways, talking about the best bait. We're also going to talk about the best fishing baits for Lake Fork this weekend as well. We're going to discuss, Fork's not fishing too bad now. It's pretty, for this time of year and kind of being funky, how it's staying warm, it's fishing okay. It's not too bad. So we're going to talk about how you can go target some really big bass in Lake Fork right now this weekend. There was something I was forgetting. We'll be live on Facebook as well. We're going to do a little tackle talk on Facebook. So if you guys enjoy this live stream tonight, you're enjoying the party, when this one ends, go over to the Your Lake Fork Guide Facebook page. We'll shortly be going live there. I may take a little break, but not too long after this one, we'll be going live. Whew. That's a whole lot. Hold on. Let me say some hellos to the early risers in the chat before I move on. Hampton Schul's in the house. Andy Alphabet, Big L, JC, Schmidt Fishing, Fish Tick 76, Brian Muirhead, James Clifton, Scott McDowell, Texas Air Gunner, John Sherry, Tom G, Billy Snow, Rocky Shoe, Ronnie Green, Fane 3, Terry Connerly, CJ Riffle, John Spielman, John Higginbotham, C. Bach, man, so many more. Thank you guys. Y'all continue to drop those comments and likes as you get in here. It's freaking middle of December. I got a mosquito flying around in my garage. And the window unit's on back there. There's something wrong with this picture, folks, but man, thank you guys for joining us. I know I rambled a lot there. Thank y'all so much. Cheers, y'all. Let's get it on a Thursday night. Look at this. Not real sure how we're going to sort this. Look here. How about we just do this as a giveaway? Here you go. Take all these treble hooks. That worked pretty good, wouldn't it? I'm gonna try to sort some of it out tonight. I'm gonna spend some time tomorrow sorting it out in preparation for the free seminar at Lake Fork Marina as well. All right, let's talk about baits for Lake Fork this week, guys. If you hear my voice breaking up, you hear me sniffling, or if I start coughing real bad, I have been dealing. I went to West Texas at OHIV last week, as y'all been seeing, and man, I got a sinus deal, some allergies going. Holy cow, it's been whooping my butt this week. So if my voice starts breaking up, I'll start hacking and coughing. I apologize, but I'm dealing with it right now. And I won't stop dipping, and that don't help nothing. I think this might be the first time we've ever featured this bait on this channel, so I'm kind of excited to show y'all this. This is the one I've thrown for a while, and it's kind of like, we don't talk about it a whole lot, but we're going to talk about it right now. Scrounger head. The Scrounger head has been one of the most effective baits on Lake Fork for a long time now. With the advent of live scope, this deal has become extremely valuable. This is a very good live scope bait. You can play with the head sizes and weights, and you can really slow this bait down and get it to just kind of slow, wide wobbling in front of a fish. As he creeps up behind it, you can really slow it down. You can hold it still. What I like to do is put an impact shad on it, or a flush. The flush from 6 cents works really well. But right now on Lake Fork, there's some really big fish to be targeted. There's some giants swimming around on bridge pilings in main lake timber, and they're kind of suspended, but you can use your live sonar, which is mainly what I'm doing right now, to target these fish. So this is a great bait. An Alabama rig's a great bait. A jerkbait's a great bait. We're going to talk about all three of those baits tonight and how we're using them to target these big suspended fish. But what I like about this one is it will hang up in timber, but not horrible unless you're going way too slow. If you got a fish in a tree, you're going to want to draw that fish out of the tree before you pause that bait. Because one thing you can do as those fish get closer and closer to your boat, if you have the right head size on here, you can almost pause that bait and it just kind of hovers down on them. And one key to live scope fishing, and I need to do a video on this stuff that I've learned about live scoping. One key that I'm getting, as I do it more, I'm starting to learn, you got to keep that bait a lot further above that fish than you think. The more that fish travels to come to your bait up, the more likely he is to commit and bite it. Like, as he builds momentum going up to your bait, it seems to me like they're more likely to go ahead, commit, and eat the bait the further they travel. It's like they got all that momentum going, they've come all that way, they're already made their mind up by the time they get there, because you will see some, when your bait's way above them, come up and then not go. But when they keep coming, they're going to eat your bait. And I used to make the mistake a lot of times when I would see them coming, I'd drop the bait to them, and it would kind of back them off of it. But if you just leave that bait and they don't think that bait knows they're there, a lot of times they'll come in and eat it. One thing I like about this is you can just pause it. If you have the right size head on there, it'll just kind of glide. It just kind of glides a little bit down, but mostly horizontal like this, and they'll come up and demolish it. And it's almost like a swim bait bite at times on this. Having a brain cramp right now. And I'm having a nose cramp right now. So I can't even think of what these daggum things are called. I'm sitting here holding it in my hand. I fished it for years. I can't even think of the name of it. Somebody named this thing. I know I just said it a little while ago. It's the Alabama chatter spook's what it is. Anyway, so that's bait number one if you're looking at suspended fish on Lake Fork. So, like I said, what's happening, guys, is around creek channels on the main Scrounger head. God dang, how could I? That's one of them things, like I've said it for years. Main lake timber on main lake points, secondary points, and around creek channel bends near the main lake and in the bigger parts of the bigger creek arms, you can find some fish suspended around that timber. And then the bridge pilings, all the bridges on Lake Fork, and with as warm as it's stayed, all those bridge pilings are in play, man. We've kind of got fish a little bit of everywhere right now, and they're basically in that Patrick Walters last November zone still, because that water just won't get cold enough. And they're drawing the lake down hard right now, so it is pulling those fish out to the main lake. So we're really not going far back in creeks like we were before early, for most of the fall. We're staying out towards the main lake for the most part, and it's sucking. The majority of the fish in Lake Fork are pulled out to the main lake and making their way to it. All right, same thing with a jerk bait. And I've talked about this color before, but it's special. It's real special. And now that I've had live sonar, I can see just how truly special this color jerkbait is. This is kind of a normal looking jerkbait I like to throw. This is the hog watercolor. I really, especially if the water's clear, I got bright sunshine, calmer days. Look at that mosquito on my hand right there. I like this color right here. A little yellow on the belly, purple, kind of a translucent body. But this dude right here, yellow on one side, red on the other. Not orange, like it's red, and yellow. Ugliest jerkbait you'll ever see. This 1,000% gets their attention more than any other jerkbait I throw. And when I'm watching them, excuse me, when I'm watching them on live sonar, that's right, it's called ditchweed. When I watch those fish on live sonar, they react and follow this bait 10 to 1 over every other jerkbait color I have. They don't always commit and eat it, but it gets them to following a bait. And I'll tell you what I've done a lot of times is I have, when fish are scattered, I will, let's say fish are scattered around a tree suspended, or they're over a creek channel bed and they're kind of suspended and scattered along it, they're not grouped up. I'll throw this thing in one line over and over and over again, and I'll watch the fish gather and follow this. And then I'll throw it back out there, they'll come back to it, and now I'll have a little wolf pack following it around because it gets their attention so well. I'll lay that down, pick up an Alabama rig, throw it into that school, and catch them. It's the darndest thing. But I've seen it work so many times this spring, just like that. So Scrounger head, jerkbait, and then of course, the ever-present wintertime hammerbait. I just mentioned it. The old Alabama rig. These are the heads I'm using. And this is the rig I'm using. Now, I will use other ones when I can't get my hands on these, but this 8-bladed Smash Tech Alabama rig is my mainstay. It's built as well as any you'll find anywhere ever. It's built so well. We did a video on that. And that 1/8-ounce, 6-inch Divine swim bait head with that screw lock on there. And I'm throwing the 3 or 3.5-inch Divine swim baits, or the swim baits that I'm using on my Alabama rig. And really, the color's not that important. Just some kind of shad color. Pro blue has been really good to me, and white. Sometimes I'm throwing the pearl colors, the pearl white color swim baits, along with the pro blue. Those are probably the two main colors that I throw the most on those baits. But obviously, that Alabama rig, if you're live sonar fishing, man, it's so important. It's so important. And that is how I'm doing it right now on Lake Fork. I'm not going shallow. With them pulling the lake down like it is, I just don't have confidence up there. They're drawing the lake a foot a week right now to get it down to 6 foot low. So it's for Lake Fork, that's a huge change. That's a big pull for Lake Fork. It's tough at times because those fish are kind of scattered around a lot. But they're willing to bite when you find them fairly decent. Because I think because the water temps are staying warm. So when you do find them, you can catch them. Essentially what I'm seeing is these fish are set up exactly like they were for Patrick Walters last November. They're still set up like that this late in December because of the warmer temps. They're not everywhere, and they're scattered around at times. But when you get around them, boy, you can get them to bite. And they're suspended, which is also a tough thing for us. Another bait that you can target those suspended fish with, I'll give you guys one more. These Divine underspin heads, and you can go anywhere from 1/4 ounce to 1/2 ounce on these Divine underspin heads and put your Divine swim bait on there, and that little joker right there will catch you some fish when you're looking at them suspended in those trees as well. All right, let's see what some of you guys are saying in here. Any boat lanes that are dangerous? Yes, we are getting to dangerous levels. As far as, man, I'm about to sneeze. My nose is not going to let me do this tonight, guys. I want to do a couple hours worth of live streams for you. I don't know if I'm going to get to. So the boat lane situation on Lake Fork, yes, we are getting down below. We're below 3 foot low at this point, I believe. You definitely got to start watching out for some areas of the boat lanes. I think the one running up in the birch right at the end of it's going to start getting sketchy here any day. Running Creek going across that where that bridge is, if you get right of the boat lane at all and go across that bridge, that's fixing to start getting real sketchy going across that. And then the Lanceville, like the mark lanes, like the boat lanes, chip lanes, there's a lot of those, like running up Little Caney and the guide lane. Man, there's stretches, pretty good stretches of that you need to idle right now. So it is becoming a thing. If you're not real confident, you don't know what you're doing out there, you need to slow down. For the most part, if you stay on those white buoys, you're fine. But stay tight. You got to start staying tight to them when it gets low like this. We give them a wide berth when the lake's full. You got to start staying real tight to those buoys when the lake drops like this. So please be careful when you come to Lake Fork right now because it is low and getting lower every day. Let's see what you guys are talking about in here. Do I do electronics trips on customers' boats? I'm struggling with all my Lowrance setups. Yeah. I mean, I usually don't charge any extra for that. We just go fishing for a day. Then at the end of the day, we'll get in your boat and I'll try to tune up your electronics because it usually doesn't take me very long. We usually knock that out pretty quick. I mean, I know guys charge for that. It's just such a simple deal, man. It doesn't. Now, teaching you how to read them and interpret them, that's a full day thing. And I have done deals before where I actually run the full day trip out of customers' boats. I don't like doing that. I feel very limited on fish catching when I do that. But if you're specifically wanting to go out and learn how to use electronics for a day to identify things, we can definitely do that in your boat. You just have to understand, when I'm not in my boat, I feel a little bit limited on my fish catching ability. I don't have all my gear. I don't have all my waypoints. I don't have all my trails. Like, it's a different ball game. Why are they dropping it that low? Supposedly to do a little work on the soil at the base of the dam, or I don't know, some working on the dam. I see Joe Hatcher's wanting to know Schmidt fishing. Without going into detail, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's that, and it was ugly. It was real ugly. We'll just say that I was getting the old Two-Face edition, man. Nice to my face, and then nice to everybody else that hated me behind my back, and just going along with all kinds of negative stuff, and even took it over the line, in my opinion. If you know what we're talking about, you know what we're talking about. If not, I don't want to get into it because it's nasty. It's ugly. All right, let's start boxing up at least one or two of these boxes. Let's do at least one, maybe two of these boxes for giveaways. So we're just going to take an old big box like this and fill it up. We're going to give these away tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at our free seminar, Lake Fork Marina, 6 p.m. If you can make it, please come out. We're going to do a bunch of giveaways. So first thing we're going to do is, you know what? Let's do just some good winter hard baits stuff. Let's do that. Toss that off to the side. Here's a good box to start pulling things out of right here. So first thing we're going to get is get you guys a couple of flat-sided crankbaits. These are flat-sided crankbaits right here. We're going to take a couple of those and add them to your winter hard bait box. And some of these baits that you guys will get are going to be brand new, never been used. And some of these baits that you guys will get are going to be beat the heck and back. If I was you, I'd want the ones that are all beat up because they're the ones I've been using and catching a lot of fish on. Those are usually the good ones. Bear with me, boys. I'm gathering them up for you right now. Gathering some up for you. All right, we got a variety of shapes and sizes. Variety of shapes and sizes of lipless crankbait crawfish, lipless crankbaits with good winter colors, gold reactor. This is a big 3/4 ounce one here for a little deeper, Mamsis, and just my favorite 1/2 ounce lipless crankbait, that one in Tiger Truth. So you got about 5 or 6 lipless crankbaits, 2 flat-sided crankbaits. Let's give you one of these that we don't talk about near enough. This is called the Swank 77. This thing will literally, with that L-shaped bill, will wind right through grass. We're going to throw one of those in there as well. All right, that looks good. Let's get some jerk baits going. Get on these jerks. How about four jerk baits? We got gold reactor, we got a translucent shad pattern, we got ditch weed, and we got a flashy chrome type shad pattern. We'll get 4 jerk baits down in there for you guys. One time for your mind. This may not seem like a cold water crankbait to some of you guys, but I can absolutely assure you that it 1000% is a cold water crankbait. I have caught so many fish in cold water on this crankbait. We're going to give you 4 medium X's. We got a crawl pattern, we got a red and chartreuse pattern, we got chartreuse blackback, and we got a shad pattern. So 4 jerkbaits, 4 moving 80X's, 5 traps, 2 flat-sided crankbaits. As you can tell, when we give y'all these boxes, they're gonna have some monetary value to them. No doubt about it. All right, we got a, let's see here. Movement L7 in a crawl pattern. That's kind of a tighter wiggling, bigger bodied. This is a mini mag. This is just an overall good, bigger size crankbait. Little finesse square bill, the little Curve 55 finesse square bill. Renter, if you want to get something for your new boat, man, come to Lake Fork Marina tomorrow night. We'll be doing all kinds of giveaways. I'm sure that you'll end up walking away with one knowing you lucky dog. You're one of the luckiest scamps I ever done seen in my life, so I know you'll get one. Curve 55. This is like a modern take on a wiggle wart. We're going to throw that in there. We've got an old Strike King. This is actually a Strike King Series 5, maybe, just a medium diving crankbait. I think that gets overlooked and underestimated quite a bit. In the wintertime, it's just some good old 8 to 10 foot diving crankbaits, man. They'll do some work for you. There's another one. This is a 250 MD, about a 10 foot diving crankbait in a crawl pattern. What else do we need to do for hard bait in winter? Oh, I know what we need to do. We're going to put an Alabama rig, a 4-blade Alabama rig, and a set of jig heads in here for you guys. There we go. Some heavy hook, jig heads, and an Alabama rig going in the box. And I'm going to put an assortment of different colors of some live magic shads for chatterbait trailers. This is the best wintertime chatterbait trailer in my opinion. So I'm going to put you guys some different sizes and color variety in here. And y'all use these on your chatterbaits and go catch them up this winter, man. Because these suckers will do it to it, guarantee you, bud. Guarantee you. So we got green pumpkin medium size, green pumpkin small size, shag color small, shag color medium, pearl small, black and blue small, black and blue medium, and of course the infamous fire crawl color for your chatterbait trailer. We got everything you could possibly need, a couple of each, going in your box. It's going to be one. It's just going to be one of about probably at least 6 or 7 boxes like this that we'll give away, if not more. So this is just the beginning of the box loading. Now, I'm not going to load all the boxes on this live stream with you. You guys, we'd be here all night. I'm actually going to do a lot of this tomorrow during the day. We'll close that up, let you guys get a look at her. But this is all wintertime handy-dandy stuff. Look at here. Flat-sided crankbaits, Swank 77, lipless crankbaits, Movement 80X, Movement L7, jerk baits, various styles and sizes of crankbaits, live magic shads, Alabama rigs and jig heads. Man, chatterbait trailers on live magic shads. That is one of the giveaway boxes, just like that. So we're going to do a giveaway contest tomorrow at the marina. And if you win, we're just going to hand you this right here. I don't know how much that is, but that's probably at least a couple $100 worth of tackle. And we're going to do that several times over. We will probably give away, I don't know, somewhere between $500 and $1,000 worth of just raw tackle like this tomorrow night at Lake Fork Marina. So just our way of saying Merry Christmas. Like I said, I'm just pulling this out of my, as you guys can see, I'm pulling it out of my personal tackle stash over here. We'll have all kinds of stuff loaded up in those. I know Heath Taylor's going to come and he's going to bring us some stuff. The new sweet swim bait that's kind of hard to get your hands on right now. Y'all got a package of those that we're going to give away as well. We got some hog wallets we're going to give away. Heath Taylor's going to bring some swim baits to give away, and also some of his other plastics. Big Perm's going to be there, and with Big Perm, you know, I'm going to grab some shaky heads out of one of these bags. We're going to throw some big 6-inch shaky heads in with old Big Perm, the Magnum crawler, the big straight tail worm that's so popular from Smash That Custom Bait. So I guess I'll just say it one more time, then I'll let it go. All kinds of giveaways and goodies are going to be going down tomorrow night at Lake Fork Marina. Yes, you do have to be present to win. You need to come to Lake Fork Marina. 6 p.m. is the start of the seminar. Make sure you come there. You got to be present to win these prizes. We got some top water baits. I'll show you guys a couple samples of some of the other baits that I pulled out loose to put in boxes tonight. God dang, I got all my crankbaits all mucky up over here. All right. Some big Magnum walk-in top water baits. We got some 6-inch popper baits. We got some deep diving. There you go. Like all kinds. Another medium diving crankbait, deep diving crankbait, speed wakes, more deep diving crankbaits, big top waters, medium top waters. We're going to give all this away. And look at this pile of stuff in my seat. See all that? We are pulling tackle from all these boxes and bags. I'm going to rig up a box full of hog wallas. I guess we can do that now. We can load it up with a box full of hog wallas and some hooks and weights right now. We can go ahead and do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, is it, boys? Not a thing wrong with that. All right, let's get it here to my hog walla collection in here and see what we can pull out and give away. Hog Walla is a phenomenal creature bait, man. It catches them, catches them, catches them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take just bags like this. This is a, what is it, Watermelon Red Magic? Cali Magic Red, just a watermelon seed color Hog Walla creature bait with a red and gold flake in it. We're going to take and just stuff you a bag in there like that. Then we're going to go over here and go to Plum Apple, get you a bag or two of Plum Apple and just stuff it in there like that. Then we're going to get down here and go to Black and Blue, get you a bag or two and just stuff it in there like that. What else we got? Only bluegill colors or something? Here we go. Here we go. Watermelon Candy Magic, that's a good color. We'll add that. And there's a bluegill something, bluegill fire, or bluegill magic or something like that somewhere in here. We'll try to find that. Here's a just regular watermelon red. We'll add that, right? So we'll get all these colors. Here's another bluegill color. This one's bluegill spawn. That's a good color right there. All these colors are good. That's why I ordered them from 6 cents, because I like all these colors. These are all baits that I've ordered, guys, to use for me and my customers. So they're stuff I believe in, no doubt about it. This is stuff that I have spent my time and money on to get that we're giving away. So we'll load this all up like this here. Then, what we're going to do after that is we're going to grab some hooks. Some hooks. Let's see where I got my hooks at. Where's my hook bag? Here's my hook bag. Got me a bag of hooks right here. If I can find the perfect one here. That's a good one. That one's a little bit bigger than what I want it to be. So there's the 4-aughts right there. So we'll throw a straight shank offset as well as an EWG set of hooks in there for you. A couple different sizes of the straight shank offset, so you guys can rig it up how you want. Right there, there's 4-aught and 5-aught straight shank offset. We have EWG style hooks in the 3-aught size as well. We're going to throw all that in the box. Then we're going to get us some tungsten, which is in one of these bags like this. That's swim baits. Let's see. That's going to be shaky heads, I bet, right there. That's shake 'em heads. And this here is going to be tungsten. So let's get some good sized tungsten going. See what we got here. That's a pretty good size. There's like, that's 7/16, close to a ½ ounce. Let's get some smaller ones. There's some 1/8 ounce. Those are good for this. Boy, I need to reload on my tungstens. I'll get some more weights to put in there. I got some other packages of weights in the boats. But I'll put the 1/8 ounce and the ½ ounce in there for now. We'll get some more here in a minute. You know what? Since that bait does work pretty good on a shaky head, we're going to go ahead and unload this package of shaky heads into this as well right now. So we'll put you 3 1/4 ounce shaky heads into that box as well. Now we've got us a Hog Walla box. Got you a Hog Walla box that's got hooks, weights, shaky heads, and a whole bunch of packages of Hog Walla stuffed off in that box. There's another box right there we'll do. That'll be one of our giveaway boxes tomorrow as well. So, I won't do any more on the live stream tonight. You guys can see, y'all get the point. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to spend some time putting together 6, 7, 8, however many boxes I can to give away. And then we're going to come see you guys at Lake Fork Marina and get it done. 6 inch tungsten never chipped so far. Yeah, they don't. They do not chip. Jerry Dean Jr.'s in the house. Jerry Dean, you're going to want to be at the seminar tomorrow night, but we're doing big giveaways for Christmas tomorrow night. BYOB and a Yeti. That's right. Yeah, bring your own beverage in a Yeti and hang out with us. You damn right, son. Let's go. Speaking of that, let's get this right here. Maze is in the house. Render says, winter is easiest time to find them on Hubbard, in his opinion. Well, they definitely don't move around as much in the winter. I know, Doug, you're a lot like me. You probably wish it would go on and get cold. You probably are wishing this sucker would go on and cool on down the rest of the way. So these fish would settle into an actual winter pattern instead of this kind of in-between transitioning stuff some of them are still doing right now. But I agree. Schmidt says he's going to give us some Hubbard advice. I'll tell you this, Schmidt. I don't know. You may be the best red Hubbard fisherman there is, but they ain't very many better than that Doug Renner, man. That dude catches them on Hubbard, especially in the wintertime. How is the run from Lake Fork Marina to the SRA boat road? Well, it's still okay right now. It'll be okay even at, like when we were almost 8 foot low. It was still okay. It just gets tighter. You got to make sure you're on your line. I got you, Renner. I got you on the 50 to 55 degrees. John Spurlock said he's in Ohio. Fishing is terrible up there. I bet it is right now up there. Fleischer says, what if I've got a show and can't be there? Well, Fleischer, here's the deal. You get me tickets to a show, and then I just give you baits whenever you want them. That's how that works. You guys know how that works. Todd Fleischer is the bus driver for the band we were listening to in the intro. That's Whiskey Myers. He drives the bus for them. Renner kicked your butt on Hubbard. He does that, Jerry Dean. He does that. Hubbard is Billy's Achilles. Yeah, me and Hubbard don't get up. Renner, I need to go to Hubbard with you, man, because every time I go to Hubbard, it whoops me. And I'll hook big fish and lose them every time. Like, even when I'm on it and I'm getting them bites, I still don't get them in the boat, man. I don't think I've ever caught a big one out of Hubbard. I've hooked some, like good ones, but I don't think I've ever landed a big fish on Hubbard. Sounds like I'm full. I'm about halfway down. I'm about right there's where I am. We can work on that, though. Well, there you go. I got a lot of boxing up to do. We are going to go live on Facebook as soon as we're done on here. Maybe take a little break. But shortly hereafter, if you guys enjoying the live stream, be sure you join us on Facebook. Hawkeye says Saul Milliken using the All-American rods from 6 cents. They look good. Those are going to be a little different. Those are going to be, I think, the Team 6 rods or something else like that. They, the rods that we got, your Lake Fork Guide rods coming from 6 Cents Fishing, but they're not going to be, they're going to have that logo with that flag on it, but mine are going to have a little bit more red, white, and blue to them. They're going to look different when we do ours. Do you have any advice for going pro and guiding on fork? It's a crowded environment, dude. It's a crowded environment right now. It's hard to break through, especially if you're out there on your own, not working with anybody. It's a challenge. It can be done. There's a lot of missed opportunities, I feel like, in what I do on social media. But the reality is, and I say this with all the humility I can, and I think even my worst haters would agree with me on this. Bass fishing guide business is there to be had on fork. But the amount of work that you have to put in off the water to do it on your own, just ain't nobody really willing to do it. I mean, I did it for about 3 years, and it about killed me. I mean, I didn't have a day off. I didn't have an hour off, guys. I mean, there was 2 3/4 years where for not 1 hour of my life that I was awake, was I off. I worked every single hour that I was conscious for 2 3/4 years. But that's what it took for me to build what I wanted to build, which was a guide business, a really busy guide business, and something a little more than that through the social media and the sponsors and the app and all that. And that would provide some security because I had a pretty decent sized house and a real, decent sized mortgage and 2 kids. I wasn't one of these guys that was young, starting out, trying to figure it out, and I could afford to just ease my way into it. If I didn't make much money, that was okay. I needed to turn a real salary, and I had to go from a full-time job into guiding and immediately turn a real salary. So I just worked 7 days a week if I was awake, averaging sleeping about 4 or 5 hours a night for almost 3 years. And just really did my research on social media on how to use it. And I'm not the most talented camera guy or editor or, personality or any of that. And so, and I'm dang sure not the most talented guy when it comes to breaking down algorithms and figuring all that out. I was flying by the seat of my pants. But just putting that content out and doing it half, kind of somewhat in the right direction of how you're supposed to format videos for different platforms, it paid off. And it's been really, really good. And my business has done really well. And anybody else could do that, but they've got to take the time to come home from the water every day, hug your kids real quick, and then get in that office and go to work. There's a lot to it. And guys, I've never met anybody else that is willing to push it as hard as I was before, just to be a fishing guide. I've never, because it's not that much money. What did I do before guiding? I worked for a beer distributor on the sales side, and in the last position I held there, I did a couple different sales management positions my last couple years there. Started as a route salesman and moved on up into sales management and did that. That was what I was doing. When I started guiding, look at the mullet. It's good. I mean, it just don't grow. I think it's maxed out. Grills pushed it. Yeah, Andrew Grills pushed it, but he did it in a different way than I did, Doug. Andrew Grills worked really, really hard, but his deal was just being obsessive about catching the big, giant fish. And that sucker was, and I'll still to this day, man, when Andrew Grills, when I knew him, kind of how I feel like he was in his prime, because that's how, when he was catching the best fish most consistently, he was probably the most talented guy that I've ever seen at understanding big fish and their movements and how to get them, how to find them and how to catch them. When I say big fish, I'm talking about double digit. Like, he was as good as anybody I've ever known in my life in looking for big fish. And he got obsessed with that, and working or not, guiding or not, he would be on the water nonstop all day, every day. And he was just unbelievable. Renner says he met Grills at the boat ramp in a tin boat when he was in college. Yeah, I've seen those old pictures and heard those stories about him out there in the wintertime with snow on the deck of an aluminum boat getting after him with that jig in his hand. Terry, I appreciate you turning in. It's your first time turning in. I appreciate it. Maze, you better shut up, dog. Big giveaways. Big giveaways tomorrow night. Lake Fork Marina, 6 p.m. Free seminar. Lots and lots and lots of giveaways tomorrow night. Somebody on there was saying they caught their first A-rig fish. Got to get the confidence up, but he snagged it up a couple of times and was worried about it because they're so expensive. That's very true. But who was that dropped that tip in there? Smith Fishing. Use weedless swim bait hooks. Very good tip. Very good tip. You will almost always get it back when you go fetch it, even if you do hang up. If you hang up in the crevice of a tree limb or whatever, if you're using weedless swim bait hooks, you'll almost always get it back. When am I putting the boat up for sale? Right now. You just got to wait till my new one comes in to get it. I need to order my new one. I'm supposed to have been ordered a boat for 2 months now, and I never have put the order in. I really need to get on that. CJ Riffle said he going to be in one of them seats. Timmy Rose, he's going to stop by my porch and get him one of these boxes. I'm going to have to lock the garage tonight. Tim Rose is coming by. You better hide your kids, hide your wives. Timmy Rose on the way. What's the best way to get on schedule even on standby if you get a cancellation? I'm in Forney, so only hour away, open schedule, da-da-da. Billy Snow, the website, go to our website, yourlakeforkguy.com. That number on there, text that number. That's the easiest way. That guy will get back to you within 24 hours that runs that phone, and he's got all, hell, he knows my schedule better than I know my schedule. And he worked with all the guys we work with. He balances everybody's schedule and lines trips up for everybody. So Busting Outdoors said he's had a new Skeeter ordered since September. Still doesn't have a confirmed build date. I know. It's parts, man. There's different parts they're having a hard time getting. It's like everything. Everything that comes from overseas now, any parts that you get from overseas, it's real sketchy on whether or not you're going to get it. Am I going with a Skeeter? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been with Skeeter this is my 5th or 6th Skeeter, the one right behind me. I've been doing that for a long time. Hey, tell y'all what, boys, let's do this. Let's transition to Facebook. Let's get a little bit of this going, huh? Let's get a little bit of this going out here, you know what I'm saying? And then let's transition over to Facebook a little bit. Man, thank you guys so much for joining us on the YouTube live stream, Top Baits for the weekend, and we also previewed the huge giveaways. Yeah. Yes, I have. Yes. I'm telling you, he wrote that first couple lines of that song for you, boy. Thank you guys so much for joining us as always. Go see us on the Facebook page here in a few minutes. Cheers, y'all. It's been your Lake Fork Guide on Thursday Night Live. Let's get it. Tell them, Cannon. Flasher, where you at? You probably listening to this in person right now.